Good afternoon, guys. In this video, I'm going to take you out foraging. I'm going to forage all of these mushrooms. I'm going to wash them, prep them, and get them ready to lay out here to air dry. Click like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be right back with the rest of this video. Good afternoon, guys. I decided to take a little foraging adventure. I decided I'll take you along for the ride. There's a pretty nice one right there. If you look real close right there, a whole bunch of little chanterelles. Little bitty tiny ones. Just sort of sitting around. Not worth my time to bend over to get them. Look at some of my collards growing off in the middle of the woods in the middle of July. I haven't given them a whole lot of attention, but they seem to be doing all right in this heat. The goal with those was just to see how well they survived under the shade. They're not doing half bad. All those pretty chanterelles back there. This ring goes way back. I can see it back there. Way over there too. Nice. Oh, that one's nice and prime. I don't like it. It's soft. See, I touch it like that. It's soggy at all. I don't even mess with it. There's enough. They're plentiful enough to where I can be very choosy. And so I am. That one looks nice. Feels nice. Good deal. Some more there. Some more over there. Good stuff. It's a real nice line of chanterelles right there. Goes all the way over there. Really cool stuff. One of the most difficult lessons for new mushroom foragers to learn and understand is that the mushrooms are not going to improve on the way home. That one right there is great. That one's great. See that one right there? That's just mush. And that one would have been an easy decision to make. What about that one there? See, it's too mushy. But it looked nice, it felt nice. Mushrooms will never get better on the transit to your home. When you're picking them, think to yourself that they're going to degrade in quality just in the transport of you getting it from where you picked it to your house. So if they're questionable in the woods, I promise you they're questionable at home. A couple more really nice chanterelles. All these bushes, the canopy that I'm in, the smaller ones anyway, are blueberries, huckleberries, some of them are sparkleberries, Viciniums of some sort, and the whole under canopy is nothing but those, occasional privet, yopo and hollies. the frost, we had a late frost, and it really affected the blueberry production this season. I've seen a few of my plants around here in certain locations that have some berries on them. Y'all see anything cool? Tell me now. Some more chanterelles. Those look halfway decent, but I bet that other one is, oh yeah, that feels nice. That one feels nice too. That one, I don't like it. There's a nice little set of them. Don't like it. See how the gills there are starting to fragment on me? That's not prime on my judgment. That's nice looking. I like that little dark spot up top. That's nice and prime. And go over there. That's pretty. Oh yeah, I like that one. Nice. That little guy there. I like those ones that those sort of fat stems. I know that there are different species between the skinny ones and the fat ones, and I'm happy with chanterelle. That's as far as I care to identify them. Nice right there. Pretty one. Ooh, look at all those over there. They look maybe a little bit faded. Oh look, got a whole bunch right there. Awesome stuff. That right there, as you're looking at, that's going to be one of my beds that runs through the woods. So it's not quite finished building it up yet, but it's getting close. Now, at first glance, you might think that those are growing out of wood. I can almost guarantee you that those are chanterelles and not growing out of wood, because chanterelles won't grow out of wood. There's several more of them there. Take a look at these guys. You see, they're going by wood. They're not growing in wood or on wood. Charlie, what's up, buddy? Oh, get out my ear. Those guys right there, when you grab them, they're so brittle. Not because they're soft or tender, just because something about them, like they're hard. And they just sort of crumble. Not in a decomposed way, more of almost like a cracker kind of way. Look at that. I'm guessing is a peppery milk cap. Oh, daggone, her Really ripped on it, didn't I? I was hoping to see some latex come out for you. Not doing anything right now, but all of those juvenile winged sumacs should be making really pretty berries right now, but those are still very young plants. What is that way over there? Guess I'll go have a look. Pretty. Oh yeah, that one's nice. All of those are nice. Those are nice too. Take your little brother also. Keep the family together. And it's worth a walk. Ooh. This little runoff creek bed was flat full for chanterelle last year. It's got a whole bunch of these little bitty tiny ones in there again. They are really not worth the effort. I'm gonna go peek at that. I am so glad that I actually walked over here to peek at these. See if I can get them to come up. There they go. Oh, look at them. Believe it or not, that is the biggest ones of these that I've ever seen. I see them just like this, but they're usually way smaller. Yep. Really cool stuff. I'm going to try to get a close up for it. Oh yeah, look at that. That is really, really pretty. Those little guys right there. At first, you would say turkey tails, and that might be true. But I'm not 100% sure on that. That is a little wine glass fungus. Some guys actually list this as a chanterelle lookalike, although I couldn't imagine it. It makes a little funnel and traps water. They can get pretty big and pretty. I've watched one grow for several months before. It got really big, really pretty, and stayed half full of water most of the time. Wine glass fungus. You see why it gets that name, because it's shaped like a little wine glass. chanterelles right there are cool. Look at that. See, this is more of the size that I'm used to seeing. Those little mushrooms. See if I can get you zoomed in on it. Give you an idea of their size. There's my thumb. When you see, I see these growing on dead, still attached branches on trees. So the tree looks like it's just covered in these little white balls. They're really, really pretty. See how that chanterelle is there. It's questionable. Oh, is that one? Yeah, that's one single chanterelle. You know what? It's big. And it's breaky. I don't know. If I was going to cook it right now, I might take it. But I'm not going to be cooking these for several hours. So I'm just going to leave that one behind. There's a place right up here where I found Old Man of the Woods for the very first time last year. And it was associated with a hole. I think it was a hole that Christian was absolutely not mine. That's obviously very old beer can. There's the hole that the Old Man of the Woods was in. Oh yeah, nice. Ooh, look over there. Be over there in a second, guys. When I saw that Old Man of the Woods, it was right over here, and it looks like there might have been one here in the not so distant past. Missed that one. Chanterelle growing out of the side. Leave that guy. What do we have here? A rustle of sorts. By the looks of those guys, those might be the best ones that I've seen all day. Good job, buddy. Oh, that one's degraded. That one's nice. Nice, nice. Nice chanterelle there. Yeah, that's nice. See about that guy. Ooh, yeah, he's real nice. The way it curls in over the top of itself. Very cool. You see all of those little pieces of things all over the ground there? Those are basically pine cone petals. A squirrel is sitting up at one of these trees, probably that pine tree right there, and he is stripping that pine cone down and taking the nuts out of it. And sitting right inside of that crevice right there is a little pine nut. Same pine nuts you would buy at the store. Probably a little smaller. There's definitely squirrels right around this area. You see that spot right there where everything is just laid down flat? No question, something has been bedding up right there. Probably because it gives them a good vantage point looking down on that bottom, and they're pretty well protected with a ridge behind them. But you can look around at how everything lays in the surrounding areas, right? And then that, right? You see the difference? And when you get an eye for it, it just pops out at you. It's like you can just see it because everything is just laid down. Yeah. That looks like a pretty nice cluster. Oh, they brought friends. So out of all of those, there got 4 or 5 pretty decent ones out of it. The rest of them were just past prime. In one of the more recent storms, that limb right there fell under that pine tree from above. And it had this scuppernong or muscadine, bullous, who knows, some sort of wild grape on it. They're nowhere near close to ready yet, and a pretty good chance I'll be fighting wildlife for them when they are. I see something back there. It's big, it's white. Oh no, I want to go over there. What do you think? Go look at it? I have a feeling it's going to suck. It sucked. Bunch of little ones there. Spread out all over. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty. See how the just sort of break in there. I don't like that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it behind. See that green briar there? It's got 2 new shoots running off of it, and they're running all the way up there. And I bet you there's probably 4 foot of nice, snappable, asparagus tasting green briar on there. Look at that guy. His gills are really, really tight. He's got that black, peppery speckle. And I think the real question is the latex white or does it stain a greenish blue? If it's white, it should be okay, and if it's greenish blue, maybe not. It's not giving me any latex. Yeah. There's another one coming in right behind it. Oh, wow. That's flipping nice. Oh, those are big and they're all prime. It's gonna be really, really awesome. There's probably 4 pounds here. That is a massive amount of chanterelles. These guys here are more dirty just because of where they were growing. These guys right here, they're pretty clean other than the fact that they have sand on them. When it rains, the water and wind knocks the sand up on their gills. So what I'm going to do right now to clean them is I have a tub of water, and I'm just going to put them inside of it, and gravity is going to pull the sand off of it. Now, any of the wood particles or leaf particles that are stuck to it, they'll probably float, and that will have to be a little more labor intensive as far as making sure that you don't get that when you pull your clean mushrooms. Now all the sand has fallen off. I can feel it all over the bottom of the tub down there. And basically the water just sort of knocks it off, and then gravity does the rest. I'm gently just moving these guys around. And what I'll do is I will pull them out almost one at a time and just make sure that there's nothing on them that I want. That is a bountiful harvest. I'm happy with that. When I get them all rinsed off, I'll lay them out and talk to you a little more. When I'm going through these and I'm picking them out, like that one right there still has some grit on it. What I do is I find the ones that are clean. I'm like, okay, that one's clean enough, and I move it out of the way. I pull all the ones that are acceptably clean out, and then the ones that actually need attention, I'll give them attention after all the other ones out. I found the shorter amount of time that I leave them in the water, especially when they're fresh, the better off that they are. Maybe if they were already dry and you were about to use them to cook, maybe you want to soak them in water for a little while. I don't. My goal would be to get these guys at least surface dry as soon as possible. And if there's no water, it's hard, no moisture, no extra moisture, it's hard for bacteria and fungus to really do anything. It will really expand the shelf life of the mushrooms. That looks nice. Right. At some point, you'll look at what's left and say, it's not worth the effort to clean what's left. Stuff that sinks is going to be questionable anyway. Then how much work and what's going to be left when you clean it off. So at that point, I just sort of add it to my compost pile in the hopes that maybe a spore or two will end up in my garden. That is a sizable amount of chanterelle mushrooms. I'm very, very happy with that. Really good stuff. All of that right there is stuff that some of it's subprime, some of it is prime, but it just has too much dirt and debris embedded in it to mess with. And all of this is gonna, well, it would go in my compost pile other than the fact that my gardens are my compost piles. So this is just gonna be thrown out across my garden beds. Cool stuff. Well, there you go, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Click like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to let these guys sit out here on the towel and air dry. I will give them the final inspection and look through them and make sure there's nothing in here subprime. Some of them I'll cook now, and some of them I'll dry for later on. Guys, I really appreciate you watching. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed this little adventure. And I'll do it again soon. See ya.